Welcome back to 100 Days and Beyond. I'm Dudley Peacock. This is episode 8. One of the most common questions I get from CFOs is this: how do I know the transformation is actually working? We spent the money, we ran the project, the system went live, but 6 months in, the real answer to whether it was worth it is still not obvious. Today, I want to give you the measurement model I use with every client. 3 checkpoints. Day 101, which is the day after go live. Day 200, which is roughly 3 months in. And day 365, which is a full year. Each one tells you something different, and if you skip any of them, you will either celebrate too early or panic too late. Let me walk you through it. The day 101 checkpoint is not about return. It is about stability. On day 101, the system has been live for 24 hours, and all you are measuring is whether the basic plumbing is working. For an ERP implementation, that means, did invoices go out? Did stock get tracked? Did the payroll run? Did the integrations fire? For a CRM rollout, it means, did leads come into the system? Did the sales team actually log activity? Did the automated emails send? For an AI implementation, it means, is the model answering in production? Are the logs showing expected inputs? Is the error rate below the threshold we agreed? I see a lot of businesses skip day 101 because they assume go live equals success. It does not. Go live means the system was switched on. Day 101 measures whether it stayed on. If anything is broken at day 101, you fix it immediately, and you do not move on to the bigger questions until basic stability is established. This is what hypercare is actually for, and I will cover the hypercare trap in detail in episode 9. The day 200 checkpoint is where most transformations get their first honest answer. By now, the team has had 3 months on the new system. The initial excitement has worn off. The old workarounds are still available, and you can see whether people are using the new system the way it was designed, or quietly reverting to the old ways. The measurement here is not technical, it is behavioral. Look at the data the system should be generating. If the CRM was meant to track every client touchpoint, pull a report, and check what percentage of touchpoints are actually logged. If the ERP was meant to eliminate Excel reconciliations, walk through the finance team's shared drive, and count how many spreadsheets still exist. If the AI tool was meant to handle first-tier support tickets, look at the volume going to the human queue and see whether it dropped. At day 200, the numbers tell you adoption. If adoption is below 60%, something is wrong, and no amount of technical polish will fix it. The fix is almost always human. More training, clearer ownership, a senior person who holds the team accountable for using the new system properly. The day 365 checkpoint is the only one where you can honestly talk about return on investment. At a full year, you have complete cycles of everything: month ends, quarter ends, year ends, annual audits, renewal cycles, seasonal peaks. You can compare year over year, and you can separate the signal from the noise. The metrics that matter at day 365 depend on the original brief. If the brief was to cut month-end close from 10 days to 3, you measure close time over the last 12 cycles. If the brief was to increase sales conversion by 20%, you measure conversion in the second half of the year against the first half. If the brief was to eliminate 2 full-time equivalent roles worth of manual work, you measure whether those hours are actually gone and what the team is doing instead. The critical move at day 365 is writing down what you found. Most transformations never get this done honestly. The team is busy, the board has moved on to the next priority, and the lessons disappear. I always insist on a written day 365 review. 1 page, what was promised, what was delivered, what was the variance, and what we learned about how to do it better next time. Here is the trap. If you only measure day 101, you will think every project is a success because basic go live is the easiest part of the job. If you only measure day 200, you will panic every time because adoption always looks worse at 3 months than it will at a year. If you only measure day 365, you will miss the chance to intervene when something is going wrong. The 3 checkpoints together give you the complete picture. Day 101 proves stability. Day 200 tells you whether the humans are working with the system or against it. Day 365 tells you whether the investment paid back. Skip any one of them and you lose the ability to manage the transformation honestly. At Q&A ERP Solutions, we build this into every project we run. The final deliverable is not the go-live. The final deliverable is the day 365 review document, and the contract reflects that we are paid partly on go-live, partly on the day 200 adoption milestone, and partly on the day 365 return report. It aligns our incentives with yours all the way through.